Alright, y'all. This is a tutorial on how to set up a Shimano Colorado DC. First things first, it's it's a little different from a traditional bait caster. My dog here, I don't know what she's doing. It's a little different though. With a traditional bait caster, you have you pretty much set your brakes. Uh, I can't remember, but I know I always had mine on like 4 or 6. But it was pretty much all an intentional. You would just loosen it, and then you'll tighten it slowly until your bait falls like slowly like that and hit the ground without bird nest. But with the Shimano, it's a little different. It's kind of equally important, the tensioner and your brakes, but I'd say your brakes is probably more important. But uh, and this is I haven't even had this rod for um, not even like I say probably about 4 or 5 months. So it's the first Shimano I brought, so I'm not an experience, got like 5 years on using them, but I have done the most amount of research anybody could do when it comes to learning how to set these up. I done been on TikTok, YouTube, every damn thing. And the first advice I can give you, stay away from TikTok. TikTok ain't nothing but people posting, like flexing on the sound. Like I know you seen people like, oh, 'cause my rod broken, and they'll cast it just to hear the fucking sound. The sound is fuck the sound. Honestly, it's just how good this actual reel is, reeling wise, and everything besides that sound. So only thing I'm gonna give you is just from what I've seen, and I read the full manual. So most of the stuff I'm telling you is from the manual. But you gotta be careful. A lot of people saying different stuff, and it's the wrong way to set it up. But first thing you want to do, I'm just gonna go over the tensioner knob first. First, again, with a traditional bait caster, you would just tighten it slowly until it falls straight, slow like that to the ground. This one's a little different. You want basically what you want to do with this one is you want to loosen it and then tighten it until the actual spool right here it's not loose, it's not wiggling. So you want to loosen it. I don't know if you can see or hear it, but my spool is loose as hell. It's wiggling back and forth. It's not stable at all. What you want to do from here is you want to slowly tighten it and check on it. And you want to keep tightening it until it doesn't move or make that sound. So keep going. It's getting a little tighter. And keep going. Keep going. Still kind of feel it. And there you go. It's no longer moving. It's no longer making a noise. And based off looking through the manual, that's what you want to do. Again, I read this is actually in the manual, which I have on me right now, and I'm sure I'm gonna pop a picture up. But yeah, that's what you want to do. Now well, I can't really tell you. I think you have to do this in order for the DC chip to work. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's gonna fall fast as hell. Like it's not like a traditional one, where it falls slow. But um, another thing, I'm gonna be casting this. My hook is inside the worm. I'm not gonna let her get nowhere near it. Just to clarify. But yeah, she just vibing. Next is the actual brake setting. Now, this is where all the controversy is. Um, pretty much it's 1 through 4. One being the least amount of brakes, pretty much no brakes. So it gives you longest casting distance, it gives you less restriction with the brakes. And 4 being the highest applies the most amount of breaks. You know, it's, but I do have the paper. Let me just get it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the instruction guide. Comes with all Shimano's. It came to Colorado's. Back up. Yeah, see, trying to get my damn. Hey. That's what we not about to do. Excuse me, guys. It's probably about to be a little harder now. I got to hold this. But yeah, this is the. This comes with it. Comes with a couple more. But I apologize if you can't read it, but or if you can't see it. Um, yeah, it's saying for the tension knob right here. I don't know if you can. I should be able to put a zoomed in picture of it, but it says please adjust. It says on the reel, equipped with a DC brake, the method of setting the spool tensioning with the casting knob is different from conventional braking system. Please loosen cast control knob to the point that the spool does not rattle in the actual direction. If the cast control knob is tightened more than necessary, the DC system cannot demonstrate its original performance. So I guess it's kind of like a sweet spot that you want to you kind of have to play around with it. And a brake setting recommendation. It says number 1 for maximum distance in calm conditions. Number 2 is for braided PE and monofilament lines in any conditions. I guess I don't know what PE means, but I guess just standard braid. 3 is for fluorocarbon lines in any conditions. And 4 is for extreme windy conditions, beginners, and skipping technique. Again, I would try to put more zoomed in, try to zoom it in so you can read it. But yeah, 1 is pretty much just for bombing cast, maximum distance. 2 is for the braid and mono. 3 is for fluoro. And 4 is just for skipping and everything else. But yeah, this is directly from the. This is from Shimano. It's so it's a lot of stuff out there that's phony. So I don't know. Some might work for different people, but this is what works for me, and what I'm using is from. It's in the manual, you know. But yeah, that's what I learned. But another big thing is that I gotta say, what is she doing? One of the biggest things I gotta say is this reel isn't anti-back, anti-burden reel. It don't matter how you set it up. Eventually, it's most likely gonna still burden it. So, if you think about purchasing this reel, keep in mind that it's not, it can still burden us. It's got all this on it, and I still thumb the spool. Just because sometimes it might not burden us, sometimes it will. I'd rather not risk that when I'm on order. But so yeah, right now I have I think this is 20-pound braid casking. I'm not even a braid user. I'm not a braid guy. I just went with it, just to see, just give it another chance. But now I got it on 2, which is the recommended setting for braid, and mono. I just redid my tensioner, and see how it casts. As you can see, I still use my thumb. I just do. I can't. I'd rather not. I cast it without using my thumb. But if you put it on 4, the chip should kick in to where you don't have to thumb it. But you won't I'll show you. You won't get it pretty much any casting distance. But keep in mind, You know, I'm on land. It's a little different than the water. It's gonna be a softer touch. So, it might not, you know, do its thing because I'm on the ground versus the water. So let's keep that in mind. But there it is. And that's pretty much what it does. But it's a lot of things can affect that. How it hits how your lure hits the ground could affect that. It could not. It might not work. It might work. Or the wind. Or if you hit a fucking branch. That's why I always thumb it because all those factors can make a difference. But that's it right there. It works. It's doing it. It's. I don't know. I just wouldn't tune in on this if I was y'all and put all your faith in fishing like that. Me personally, I would just thumb it. And you don't have to, thumb it that hard. I just like to guide it. Kind of just have it. Just to ensure it doesn't. Because again, of like TikTok, I heard it's supposed to thumb it. It can mess it up. I don't believe it. I beat it. I'm beating on this reel, trying to give it a real test. Let's ride too, and it hasn't disappointed me yet. So, a couple gas. It's doing its thing now, but I don't. Okay, well, always fix itself. I just wouldn't, set it up for this all the time, or put 100% of your faith in this, you know, in the actual chip itself. But yeah, that's number one. And number three is for fluoro. I don't have fluoro, but fluoro cast pretty much the same. Um, it's kind of both, man. The tensioner knob and the your brakes is just it's 4 settings, but your tensioner knob you got to find that sweet spot. So if the chip is not engaging, just go up with the tensioner knob or back or loose. Try to get it a little looser. Maybe try letting it wobble just a little bit. Or maybe try tightening like hell. I think you just got to find that sweet spot in this tensioner knob. And then the brakes you just apply, whatever your line is or your conditions. But I'm gonna put it on 4, which you could put it on 4 for anything. It's just the highest amount of brakes. So I might put it on 4 if I can. It feels loose, not loose, but shit. Is it on 4? Oh, yeah, that happens. Again, that's a perfect example of why you don't just put 100% of your faith, in the chip. That's why I said the chip ain't shit. It's just sounds cool, pretty much. Like it's not what you would think it would be. Like you can't bird nest. This thing probably bird nest more than anything else. But the smoothness of the cast, you know, just the real quality, it makes up for all that. It does. The survivability, which I haven't tested that fully, but for right now, all that makes up for the actual chip itself. Um, yeah. What is she doing? What you doing? Uh, I'm trying to get it on 4. It's not fucking clicking. There it is. All right, this is brake setting 4. I'm gonna thumb it real quick. Yeah, you see that? Didn't go far at all. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even skip with this. I never tried it, but I'm gonna do a cast and not gonna thumb it. Yeah, there you go. But it did not go far at all. You know, if you really just wanted to not backlash at all, and you know, you don't really care about gas and distance, then I would say put it on this setting. You know, you don't really care about any of those factors. But show you a couple casts. And see, that was the same damn cast. And the burden is, but like I said, factors like wind, how hard it hits the ground, stuff like that can determine if it's gonna do this or not. And me pulling out this braid could be the time that there's a fish near my lure or something like that. That's why I'd rather not risk it. Oh shit, she done got fucking tangled up. Thank you. But yeah, I wouldn't really use it on four unless you're throwing lighter lures, which they said that this can, but again I haven't tested that. But man, you could skip, throw a fucking. I heard people say you could throw like a spoon on here. I still don't believe that, but yeah, I'm gonna put it on two again, which again is recommended for braid. Trust me, please do not go on TikTok unless you're just trying to get a quick little like a bias. Try to just see something out, but that's for pretty much it. I mean, it's kind of it's not as pretty, but hey, you know. And two with braid casts, pretty long distance. It'll give you what you need. Now, if you put that motherfucker on one, I'm just gonna show you. Now, one is no break, so it's gonna pretty much. One is risky. I don't think it's gonna. The DC chip is gonna enable when you put it on one, but just to show you, how far it casts, and I'm using. From, don't judge me, but I had to do what I had to do. I forgot my worm. I mean my bullet weight, and I just had to put some shot put on here. Please don't judge me. This is what I just had to do, but it's working though. In my opinion, it sinks a little better than the bullet weight. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like the bullet weights I put on. They don't. I don't know. Like it hits the water. These hit the water like hit the bottom standing up. I don't know. I don't think I don't think mine do that all the time. But I'm gonna show you a cast on the one setting with my medium power. That went That went. If I was at a pond, I would have cast across the pond. Actually, and my ratio is 7-to-1. I think that's just usually what I go with, kind of balanced. And this rod is medium. Johnny Morris, a Bass Pro, 7 foot, medium fast. I'm gonna get uh, a 7 foot, medium heavy, fast action tip. Just have a little bit more backbone, but show you another one. I'm gonna show you another cast with a decent amount more of pressure. Yeah, that cast literally that would be across the pond and more if you put it on the first set. But yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. Stay off TikTok. Trust me, everything I've told you is just from pretty much the manual. I would try to put a picture if I can of it up on the screen. But yeah, you wanna if you want if you want really the anti backlash system to work, gotta find that sweet spot in the spool tensioner knob. and apply with the correct setting of brakes. Put your conditions in your line. So if you're running braid and you don't want it to backlash, you don't want it to backlash pretty most of the time. I would suggest putting it on two, and finding that sweet spot. From what I got it right now, I can technically still feel it moving, but like only when I move it this way. I don't know. Like it's not tightened to where it's not moving at all. I can slightly feel something shifting down in there. And how I got it right now, it doesn't backlash. But if you really, really don't want it to backlash at all, I suggest putting it on 4 and just doing the same thing. Just tighten this until it don't move. Or you just have to play around with it. Just get on the water. On a fishing trip, you're not really worry about catching fish. You're just trying to test and tune, or you can come out in the backyard like me. This is what I did for like a week straight. Not a week, but I gave myself like a whole afternoon, like half a day, just trying to test and tune this. Looked at so many damn TikTok videos and stuff like that, and everybody was bullshitting. But yeah, this pretty much this is how you want to do it. Now, if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer them the best of my abilities. I don't think the type of rod setup you have should matter. But that's pretty much what you want to do. Again, everything I said was coming straight out from the manual. But please, if you have any comments, any concerns, any questions, please let me know in the comments. I probably won't have a lot of comments, so I'm definitely gonna see them and check them. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Again, I would try to put the screenshot of the manual of where it says about the tensioner, the knob, and the brake settings up on screen. If I can't, I really do apologize, but I'm sure maybe it's on the internet somewhere. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it right there. It shouldn't really matter if you're running mono or fluoro, as long as you have it in the right brake setting. It should work just as fine. But yeah, man, that's it. Um, boy, catch me fishing, signing out. You feel me? I gotta stay tuned. I got some couple videos coming out, some ideas in mind. Should be coming. There'll definitely be jobbing on this weekend, 100%. I'll be able to be back on the water. But in the meantime, catch me fishing, baby. I'm signing out. Peace.